Okay, concept 9, the very last concept in our unit 4. So our objective is I can describe how changing slope and y-intercept affect the graph of a linear function. Okay, so we're going to do some changing. We're going to change slopes and y-intercepts and see what happens to the graphs. And it's our job to figure out what exactly is going on. Okay, so linear parent function. So the linear parent function is f of x equals x. Remember, this is function notation. Okay, and it is the most basic function in the linear function family. Okay, it's the most plain, boring function in the linear function family. It has a slope of 1 and a y-intercept of 0. It's really, really, really boring, okay? So let's figure out what happens when we change certain things about this function. A transformation, we're going to explore these. Transformations are a change in position or size. We either move it around or we change the size of the figure, okay? And our figure in this case is the line. Okay? So a vertical translation is just one of the transformations we're going to learn. And a vertical translation happens when the y-intercept b, because it's y equals mx plus b, is changing the function. The graph is, so if b increases, if b goes up, if it goes from 1 to 3, or 1 to 5, or 0 to 7, or whatever, if b increases, the graph is translated up. Okay? If b decreases, the graph is translated down. If it goes from 5 to 2, or 7 to negative 12, or something like that. Okay? So those are two things that can happen with a vertical translation. Another transformation that can happen is a rotation. When the slope m is changed in the function y equals mx plus b, it causes a rotation of the graph about the point 0b. Whatever your y-intercept is, that is where it's going to rotate about. Okay? So let's draw a little thing here. It says y-intercept. Okay, because that's a really easy way to remember, y-intercept. Okay? Which changes the line's steepness. Okay, it can either get more steep if it goes from here to here, or it can go less steep. Okay? If the absolute value of m, so we're not talking about negatives, we're talking about numbers. We don't care if it goes from positive to a negative. That's not what a rotation is. It's, does it go from a whole number to a fraction, or a big whole number to a smaller whole number? That's what we're looking at. So if the absolute value of m increases, the line is steeper. Okay? And if the absolute value of m, the slope, decreases, the line is flatter or less steep. Okay? So that's what happens when you change the slope of a line. And there's one more transformation. There's only 3. Okay? A reflection. A reflection happens when the slope m is multiplied by -1. Okay? If you change the slope from a positive to a negative, that is a reflection. The graph is reflected across the x-axis. It's always the x-axis. Okay? So those are the 3 types of transformations. There are vertical translations, rotations, and reflections. Okay? So those are the 3 we're going to identify what's happening and what's it doing to the graph. Is it making it steeper, less steep? Is it shifting up, shifting down? Is it reflecting it? That's our job to figure that out. Okay? So in the next video, we're going to do some examples on what exactly is going on.